Shalom Akim, all praises goes to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kwakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders, Grand Millstone. Salutations to the Akim, they're pushing this word in all sincerity and honesty, hopeful elect. And Brother Korah Allah, which you see on the screen. Gradualism, a policy of gradual reform rather than sudden change or revolution. So this is a tactic that Esau, the elites, would use to bring in their agenda. And we know the hot topic or the main agenda that E's going to bring in is that New World Order, which consists of the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip. Okay? A policy. Let's look that up real quick. Plans, practice, a course or principle of action adopted or proposed by a government, party, business, or individual. Okay? So the government has proposed gradualism to bring in their New World Order. And how we see this taking place, for example, let's look at the subways. All right. They're basically doing away with the Metro cards and bringing in what they call a contactless transfer, which you use your phone, which your phone already has the chip inside of it. Okay? Now, if the chip is in your phone, that's not a problem. But once you put that chip in your hands or on your forehead or anywhere on your body, okay, that's where, you've condemned yourself, basically. Okay? But the phones, they have the chip in it, and you could use your phone to scan your bank card and make a payment. Now, what if you lose your phone? It'd be more convenient. That's just an example of how he might decide to go about it, man. Because you never know. Because this man has a forked tongue and he's very deceitful. Okay. Also, as you probably seen in the thumbnail, you're gonna see these same scanners, card scanners, key scanners, whatever you call them, or chip scanners. You're gonna see them on doors. When you walk in the building, people pull out their keys. You're gonna see one guy with just a scanner, and he might just swipe his hand. All right, and open his main door, not the building entrance, his main door, the door to his apartment building. So you might see one guy with it, then another person with it on one floor, another person with it on the other floor, and before you know it, the whole building, every floor, every apartment is gonna have the scanner. All right, and then what's the next move? To implement the RFID microchip being implanted in your hand. Okay. But that's enough talking. Psalms 64, verse 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? Right? And that's how he's moving, starting the elites. That's how they're moving, They commune, all right? They get together and they, like a think tank, so to speak. They get together and they just find out how to bring in their agenda and to keep down the nation of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right? That's why we're at risk. We're at risk of the outbreak currently taking place. I'm not gonna say the name of the outbreak because that might, cause a strike or something like that. It says they encourage themselves in evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, "Who shall see them?" Right, what the Most High sees you. That's who sees you. The regular Jake, 2/3 is sleeping. You tell them, they might they might give you some resistance, but then when you tell them, listen, you could take the VA. If you take the VA, you'll get a week in the Bahamas, everything paid for. They gonna line up for that thing. All right, they're gonna line up for it, and that's how you know when you got them. Same thing for the mark, the MOB. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. This is a diligent thing he's doing, man. Okay, on top of that, he's desperate because he knows he has but a short time. But this man has plans already set in motion. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart or the mind is deep. All right? So this man is basically a mad scientist. Okay? He's deep in his wickedness. Psalms 83. And I'll start at one real quick. It says, "Keep not thou silence, O Lord. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head." That's Esau. Esau hates the Lord. That's why he doesn't follow none of the laws, statutes, commandments of the Bible. Okay? Because he wants to be the Most High. And that's that pride. He lifted up the head. That's the pride of Esau. Okay? Here it is. He gonna tell you, he could cure you for you to live. If you inject some demonic wicked works into yourself, because this man wants to be God. He wants you to have faith in him. It says, "They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and console against thy hidden ones," which are the Israelites. Okay, and the hidden ones being the elect. Okay, the elect, man. We're the hidden ones. Lord will. I'm part of that number. All right, because when all hell break loose, who's gonna be protected from that? All right. The spirit it said sheltered ones. Okay, when you click on the C, it says they have said, "Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name Israel may be no more in remembrance, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee." Right, they're trying to do with the nation of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. Okay, that's why they want us to take that VA so we kill ourselves off. All right, bad enough they done took away our history. Okay, they done took away our heritage, our true names. Now they call us niggas and spics and wetbacks, all sorts of bywords, but they won't call us in the Israelites. They won't call us Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, Manasseh. All right, they can call us by the 12 tribes. One more script. I believe that's Revelations. Is that right? Or is it 3:10? Hold up. It's locked. The Revelation is 3 verse 10 to 11. "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, Who's kept the word? Who kept the word of the Lord's patience? Which is the word being what? The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of this Bible. Okay? Not going back into the world, not turning back, not fumbling the word, not changing the word, but keeping the word. All right? Keeping the laws, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability. Going out through the highways and byways, pushing and pushing, waiting on the Lord. The men of the Lord, man. Okay? And by our process of elimination, that would have to be on the GMS. Okay, so a lot of men from GMS, maybe Paul the elect. Lord, I'm part of that number. Some of us might not make it, but I believe the majority of GMS have to be those men. And then of course, we have other men from different camps, different other parts of the world. It says, for I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. And the hour of temptation is that chip. When they tell you, listen, you can't eat, feed your family, you can't do nothing, you can't work without taking this chip. Like how they saying now, you can't work without taking the MOB. Like how they saying now at the VA. All right, you can't go to work unless you take the VA. You can't go on a trip unless you take the VA. All right, so unless if you don't take the VA, guess what? Your ass gotta stay where you at. You can't go nowhere. And that's fine, because listen, anybody trying to go nowhere. This ain't our arrest. We ain't trying to explore this place. We ain't trying to go sightseeing. All right. The ground is defiled. The earth is defiled. The wind, the air that you breathe is defiled. So what the hell we want to go and check something out for? It says, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. And that's come down. And this agenda is not just a thing that's going to be in one area. It's going to be upon the whole world. Okay, you guys come. I'm looking it up, but you have presidents that try to do their own thing, and they've been assassinated. Verse 11: Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. And hold what fast? This truth, this which not understanding, because the Lord is coming quickly, man. These days are speeding up. All right, and we see that every day. The chariots, so all sorts of signs, prophecies coming to pass to let you know that the Lord is on his way. And it says, hold fast that no man take your crown, because through doing these works, that's how what we'll be saved, delivered out of the destruction, and we'll be set up as kings, rulers, and priests amongst our people and amongst these different nations. But that was it. I want to say praise goes to Yahweh Shem Yahweh, double honors to the apostle of Grand Millstone. Shalom to Augmented pushing this work, sincerity and honesty. Shalom.